Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Izzah Binti Ismail. My number matrix is I20304960. Me and my friend will present about chapter 5, which is attitude based on high consumer effort. The learning objective is discuss how marketers can apply various cognitive models to understand consumers' attitudes based on high effort thought processes. Number 2, describe some of the methods for using the communication source and the message to favorably influence consumers' attitudes in high effort situations. Number 3 is identify the emotional foundations of attitudes when consumers' processing effort is high. Number 4 is explain how and why a company might try to change consumers' attitude by influencing their feelings. Number 5 is outline the 3 main factors that lead to a positive overall consumer attitude toward an advertisement. And lastly is discuss the various elements that can affect whether a consumer's attitude will influence his or her behaviour. Attitude ialah penilaian keseluruhan yang menyatakan betapa kita suka atau tak suka dekat sesuatu objek, isu, orang atau tindakan. Attitude ni juga dia mempengaruhi pemikiran, perasaan dan tingkah laku. The importance of attitudes is ada 3, which is cognitive function, effective function and cognitive function. Cognitive function ni macam mana sikap pengaruhi pemikiran kita. Effective function ni macam mana sikap pengaruhi perasaan kita. Cognitive function ni macam mana sikap pengaruhi tingkah laku kita. Characteristic of attitudes ialah favorability, sejauh mana kita suka atau tak suka sesuatu benda tu. Accessibility, betapa mudahnya sesuatu sikap tu boleh diingati. Confidence, betapa kuatnya kita pegang sikap kita tu. Persistence, berapa lama sikap kita bertahan. Resistance, betapa sukanya untuk ubah sikap tu. And last, ambivalence, seseorang ada perasaan bercampur-campur, which is positif dengan negatif terhadap beberapa objek psikologi. And then forming and changing attitudes, ada 2, which is help plan strategies. Marketers boleh cipta atau pengaruh sikap pengguna dengan lebih baik terhadap tawaran baru dan gelagat baru bila diorang faham macam mana sikap dibentuk. And then the foundation of attitudes, which is sikap ialah berdasarkan pemikiran dan kepercayaan. Attitude is also based on emotion kita. Cognitive foundations of attitudes. The cognitive component of attitude ialah cara orang berfikir dan mentafsir sikap diorang. Iaitu pengalaman langsung atau imajinasi, penaklukan mengikut analogi atau kategori, sikap berteraskan nilai, penjanaan sikap berasaskan identiti sosial, and proses analisis pembentukan sikap. And then cognitive responses to communications. Cognitive response ni ialah fikiran yang berlaku semasa kita sedang dengar seseorang tu tengah bercakap. Ada 3, which is counter arguments, support arguments dengan source derogations. Counter arguments ni terfikir untuk tak setuju dengan message tersebut. Support arguments ni terfikir untuk setuju dengan message tersebut. Source derogations ni thought that discounts or attacks the source of the message. And then expectancy value models adalah proses analisis yang terangkan macam mana pengguna membentuk dan mengubah sikap berdasarkan kepercayaan atau pengetahuan yang diorang miliki tentang sesuatu objek atau tindakan, and then penilaian diorang terhadap kepercayaan tertentu. Lepas tu theory of reason action ataupun TORA, model yang memberikan penjelasan tentang bagaimana, bila dan mengapa sikap meramalkan tingkah laku. Normative influences memainkan peranan penting dalam bagaimana seseorang tu behave. Behaviour, B, apa yang dilakukan. Behavioral intention, which is BI, apa yang seseorang ingin lakukan. Attitude toward the act, AACT, bagaimana perasaan kita melakukan sesuatu benda tu. And then subjective norms, which is SN, bagaimana perasaan orang lain tentang orang lain melakukan sesuatu. Itu saja part saya. Terima kasih.
Next, the strategy strategies for changing attitudes, intention, and behavior. We have 5. First, changing beliefs, changing evaluation. Third, adding a new belief. 4, encouraging attitude formation based on imagined experience. And the last one, targeting normative belief. Okay, next, the attitude are influenced by communication source and the message. Next, the cognitive attitudes. It is communication source, spokesperson. For example, spokesperson, usually a celebrity, an actor, a company representative, or a real consumer. Next, the dimensions of source credibility. We have trustworthiness, authenticity. Expertise is knowledgeable. Status is social position in life. For example, David Beckham's soccer achievements make him a credible, trusted endorser for Adidas Sports. Next, the communication source. First, sleeper effect. Effect of time on source credibility. When the information is encoding in the memory over time, information can dissociate from the source, and the only message will be kept in the mind. The consumers forget the source of a message more quickly than they forgot the message. The impact of a low credibility source can actually increase over time, like assuming the message is powerful. Next, the communication source. For example, company reputation. When marketing communications do not feature an actual person in a high effort process, consumers judge credibility by the reputation of the company delivering the message. A reputation for producing quality products, dealing fairly with consumers, or being trustworthy. Okay, next, the cognitive attitudes by message. The credibility of the message. Second, the argument's quality. Third is one or two-sided message. And lastly, comparative message. Message is the argument quality. Strong arguments present the best features or central merits of an offering in a convincing manner. Consumers are more persuaded by a message containing a strong arguments when they devote sufficient cognitive resources to processing the information. In the message, we have one-sided versus two-sided. One-sided message, only positive information. Two-sided message is positive and negative information. Like strong arguments, we have two-sided message may affect consumers' attitude by making the message more credible and reducing counter-arguments. When consumers see negative information in an ad, they tend to infer that the company is honest. Okay, next, the message. Comparative advertising and is ineffective response. Generation of feelings and image in response to a message. A message that makes direct comparisons with competitors, indirect versus direct, comparative ads. Direct is effective for new brands or low market share brands attempting to take sales away from more popular brands. Indirect is effective for mid-market share brands. The effective emotional foundation of attitudes. The consumer's feelings act as a source of information, and consumers will rely on these feelings to evaluate the stimulus. High effective involvement leads to emotional engagement with a stimulus. Next, how effectively these attitudes are influenced. We have source. First, in source, the attractiveness, and second, match up hypothesis. Next, we have message, and in the message, we have emotional appeals, and second, fear appeals. Okay, next, the effective attitudes. Effective attitudes influence the communication source. The attractiveness evokes favorable attitudes if a source is physically attractive, likable, familiar, or similar to the consumer. Next, match up hypothesis is the idea that the source must match the product or service if the sources are appropriate for the offering category. For example, a luxury automobile, fashion, cosmetics, and beauty treatment. Lastly, what do attitudes predict behaviors? We have the factors. First, level of involvement or elaboration. Second, knowledge and experience. Analysis of reasons. Accessibility of attitudes. Attitude confidence. Specificity of attitudes. Attitudes behavior. Relationship over time. Emotional attachment. Next, situational factors and normative factors, and lastly, the personality variable. That's all from me. Thank you.